All right, so we're live. Market's dumping out here as we get to the closing bell. Obviously, after the Fed minutes, a little bit of a sell the news there. Um, Honestly, though, market's just acting a little foolish right now. Don't be fooled by this. So we're hitting double bottom right now. And, I'd like to say, yeah, this is the beginning of something bigger, but happening during Opex week. I've seen this happen too many times. We've seen it happen too many times over the last couple of months to really trust it right now. But we're just gonna, let it happen. You know, if we get a a real flush out, fine. Still holding volatility, so we're fine there. I would like to get it a little bit cheaper. I still think that's probably the most likely scenario is we probably hold up in the end of the week. I pointed this out yesterday. This is a tweet. Look, there's a really big straddle right here at 440. See the straddle, 98,000, 99,000 open interest at 440 for Friday. So that tells me that at least there's incentive to keep it pinned to that level. Maybe we go a little bit lower tomorrow and then rally back Friday. But usually when you see that, and like we talked yesterday about Powell, and why is he always talking during OPEX week? Well, it's probably because the institutions like that he can give the market a little bit of volatility, whether that's up or down, and it helps them manipulate the market better because OPEX is a racket. But is what it is. So market's taking a little bit of dump here. Let's quickly just go over a few things. Let's see. Oh, another reason why, yes, I had written, glad I wrote that down. Another reason why I don't think we're necessarily dumping yet is I'd be shocked if the market dumps before Jackson Hole, which is next week. So keep that in mind. We probably, my scenario, my thesis is we stabilize by the end of the week, and then the first 3 days or so of next week we're really light volume, and market just kind of waits on the Fed later in the week. But that's just kind of my thesis. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm thinking. So let's just take a look at some areas here. Dollar, strong day again. So nice push here yesterday, and then just kind of pausing today. Not uncommon when you have a big surge like that. Gold's holding up pretty well too. Maybe being a bit of a risk-off play here. The fact that gold's holding up as the market's dumping down, and yeah, we talked about if this goes sideways, it could be setting up to move a little bit higher. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Again, GDX not looking good. So there's that. GDXJ broke down yesterday. So that's really the problem I see here with gold. But yeah, spot gold holding up. Crude taking a bit of a hit today as well. So it's finally taken out that 65 handle. And notice XLE, XOP, OIH. What did I tell you yesterday? I told you this 200 moving average was minor. We're cutting through that pretty easily right now. OIH though, this is a really soft one here. I don't think it's going to hold this pivot. If we get any sort of selling pressure, it's probably not going to be able to hold this pivot. You do have a little bit of support, a little bit lower here on the 160 handle though, so we'll give it the benefit of the doubt at that stage of the game. IWM rolling over a little bit here again. Again, just like I was just saying, this 200 moving average is minor, so it can easily get through that. But then you have a lot of support underneath that. Ultimately, I think the Russell's going back here at least to this gap fill. So let's see. Let's go over our position. So Snowflake holding up really well. Up, yeah, 1.4 on the day. Nice move there. Peloton doing very nicely as well. It is down 1.6, but this isn't a terrible candle here. You had a nice reversal off the lows, and it was holding it. It did have a nice looking hammer candle, but now it's coming in as the market dumps here. Probably gets a bid. They probably bid this up into the close. At least give it a relief rally. But yeah, Peloton looks fine. VXX finally getting up to the highs. Budweiser taking a bit of a hit, but still just hanging in there. This is a nice broad-based decline, though. see what the Dow, let's check the diamond here. Yeah, so the diamond's into the, yeah, okay. Diamond's into support, but I think we talked about last week this possibly being a potential little island top here. So that may be playing out a little bit here on the Dow. Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, put call ratio is still at 0.64, which is actually lower than what it was earlier today. And then this put call is, yeah, 0.47. So there's really no fear on the tape right now, which suggests that we could have a little bit more selling going on, or in the future here, maybe into tomorrow. Yeah, nice little dump here. Yeah, so VXX finally making that new high on the day. Yeah, nice little move here. Finally, we got some action instead of sitting around waiting for the markets to do something. A typical August action. It's nice to see some volatility. Yeah, the Russell's going to roll eventually. It probably gets if I had to take a guess, it probably gets um, one more little bounce. Probably makes a lower high. This thing looks weak though. This thing hasn't been able to get out of its own way. Yeah. But I mean, you do have a lot of support in here. This upsloping trend line, the white one, 50 MA, and then this yellow. Well, he actually already hit this yellow trend line, but this is a really big trend line going way back, about 2011. So let's see, 50. Yeah, we're getting there. Actually, we got a ways to go. Huh. Yeah, but we could easily get there tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me if we gapped down, hit the 50 MA, and then rallied back up Friday to close at about 440, right, which is right where that straddle is. In fact, if I had to bet on it, that's what I would bet is going to happen. And then I think we hold up next week into Jackson Hole. But I did crunch some numbers a little bit, and I do have I guess we'll call it a cycle date. It's more of an anniversary date, but it's a powerful one. It's coming up next week. I'm not going to give it away just yet, but when we get closer to there, I will let you guys know. By the way, so a lot of you guys were asking me about it yesterday. I know I said I wasn't going to do anything, but I was working on. So I had a blog like years ago, and I still have the domain for it. And today I was working on a website today. So I think I may do a service pretty soon. It'd probably be similar to like Jason's, where it'd be like $5 a month. To start off, I'd probably keep it like that for like the first 50 members or something, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I have a few ideas. Let's see, hold on one second. All right, so I'm just going to put that in the box there. But yeah, so basically it'll be mainly trade alerts, and there will be SMS and email alerts, so it'll go right to your phone. Exact entry price, targets, stop loss, recommended portfolio allocation, percentage wise, and then just tabs for like performance, and little like premium commentary. So I would obviously still do the YouTube videos and Twitter, but anything that's candid that I don't want to talk about to just anybody, I would add that in. And then just a few other, like a little blog, a couple of other ideas. And I do want to actually do a course also, but right now I think I can get the website up pretty quickly, probably by the end of the month, honestly. So, um, yeah. So let me know what you guys think. But I wasn't going to do. I talked about like, well, maybe if I get like 500 or 1,000 people, but some like you guys were asking me about it yesterday, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go do it because it's not really that much more than what I'm doing now. I just have to, update everything on a daily basis. But I mean, it's basically just typing in a few things into a box. So it's just a little bit of work to get it started. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. So look at this dump. See, the only problem I have with this is how many times have we seen them do this before? There's not even that much volume today either. Like, how many times do we have to see the bear trap before, yeah, everything getting hit right now. They're either trying to put a lot of fear on the tape or they are really scared. No, it wouldn't. I wouldn't. Just common shares. I think I would have like another section, like another tab for. I was thinking about doing another tab under there, like a blog where I throw out like random trade ideas, like maybe like a lotto option here and there, maybe like some type of long-term hold that I think is attractive, but it wouldn't go. I wouldn't count that like towards the performance of the portfolio, because those would just be kind of like bonus, like kind of bits and giggles type things. But no, I don't really trade options that much anymore, to be honest. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, I try and keep it short. And yeah, we can really if we do a course and stuff like that, we can easily just fire it up on Discord, and that way everybody can ask questions, and we do it live, and we'll just pick a day, and um, yeah, it'll be fun. So, but yeah, so yeah, that sounds good. And so we got about 2 minutes left here. They're really dumping it. I just can't trust it though. At least not right in the very immediate term. I mean, you guys know I think we're going lower, but I think we got one more bounce in us before that happens. XLE coming in now. AP getting hit. Oh, Finn's holding up all right though. Yeah, financials holding up okay here. Let's see how Microsoft's doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll dump probably tomorrow. Um, Probably bottoms out around 11 o'clock, and then for the next day and a half, it goes straight up. But then remember what we talked about yesterday, I believe, yesterday and the day before, is do we make a lower high? So if we make a lower high, that's going to be telling. Yeah, but it's like, is it a bear trap or is it a bear trap bull trap? If that makes sense. All right, so there's market closing. What I mean by that is, you know, they've trapped the bear so many times. Eventually they're gonna pull the rug, and it's just a matter of when. I think we're I mean, I've got one other potential like real cycle pivot, but it's not for a few weeks. If the one coming up doesn't work, there's one in the middle of September, and after that, I really couldn't tell you. I'd have to reevaluate. Yeah, I'd probably go to October for me to find something that would. But I don't see this market having another 10% in it. There's no way. All right, Freed. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Scratch offs actually probably have a higher percentage than most lotto picks because the the implied volatility is baked in, but sometimes they're you can win really big on them, and the downside is so little that it's fun to play them every now and then. I took you guys remember this? I think this was a SPAC SOS last year. This ADR. Um, this got up to $15. I saw it pierce 15, and I was like, I have to buy puts on this thing. And I bought them out for May, $2.50 puts, and they were trading at like 30 cents or 25 cents. And I'm looking at the strike, the spread, $5 put is at like $1.20. So I'm like, well, it's gonna come down. Like this is not gonna keep going straight up for much longer. It can't. And yeah, I got probably made like 300-400% on it. But I mean, like I didn't commit hardly any capital. But it's still fun to play it though. I mean, this thing got crushed though. On the yield, yeah, yields were strangely flattish today. Again, like it does look kind of trappy. The fact that yields weren't really doing anything and the dollar kind of just really had a pause day. But let me tell you, the semis. What did I tell you about these semis, man? That's a fake. That's a failed breakout. You're gonna have support right here at the 100. But if you get through that, I mean, you're gonna have support here too. But like this should have bounced here. I can't remember the last time I saw the semis this week, ever. And you really just have to go back to March 2020, where they just went straight down. I mean, obviously we're nowhere close to that depth-wise, but you just can't get a bid. The semis are usually always the strongest. Um, so Emmanuel, so it's hard to say. So when I'm playing an individual name like Snowflake, or one of the ones that we're in, I'm just generally focused on, okay, the trend is up in the overall market. It's up. The trend is up here, and we have a beautiful inside bar pattern. We had a test candle right here, closed back above it, and it came back, and then I entered here on this. I entered on a close, on the close of this test candle day. So it was high percentage to me. So, but as far as the market is concerned, some of the cycles that I look at are literally 30, 40, 50 years. Like that's how far back, if not longer than that sometimes. Well, the semis correlate with everything because the semis are in everything. Uh, I mean, 20 years ago, there weren't chips in cars. There's chips in cars now. There's chips in everything. And much like the transports are a leading indicator because, obviously shipping and so on, air travel, semis are a leading indicator because it represents production. If the semis are doing poorly, that's reflective that the economy is slowing down. Another one that's you guys hear me talk about a lot is IGV. cloud software. This is another one. This is like the semi's little brother. That's what I call it. But this is a good indicator too. Actually, I didn't really look at Bitcoin. Speaking of Bitcoin, yeah, so Bitcoin is kind of hanging in there. They take a bit of a dump though. Yeah, see, people try to say that Bitcoin's a safe haven, and then it does this. Definitely still behaving like a risk asset to me. All right. Well, I'm gonna get going, guys. You guys take care. I'm gonna probably work on that website pretty much all night, so we got to get some sort of rest here. But you guys take care. I will see you tomorrow on the chart. Thank you so much for coming out.